Happy Monday, Scott Beebe, Business on Purpose podcast. Make sure you head on over and check us out. Like us on Facebook, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn wherever you can. It's been well over a month since the, quote, normal schedule of school and sports were put on pause indefinitely, forcing families to either acquiesce to the binge consumption of Netflix or online gaming or the creation of new things maybe that didn't exist prior. In fact, just yesterday, something cool happened. Hey, before I dive in, make sure you join us this coming Thursday, bit.ly/biz owner huddle, 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, where we've got our government affairs contact, our banker, our CPA, and also a lawyer on the call to be able to help us walk through all the details that we're doing. So I mentioned that normal schedule, Scott, stopped just yesterday. One of the young tykes in my house came into the house with a newly built mini basketball goal from scrap wood. Look at that. Pretty cool, huh? I mean, it's literally scrap wood, stuff we've used from all kind of stuff, and put this together for use with a ping pong ball. So you can see the rubber bands as a net. For those of you on the podcast that can't see it, just kind of create it up in your mind. It was a creative undertaking and really fun to see how he created something out of just raw scrap. And something else that we've been doing here lately that we really haven't ever done before is we've gotten into puzzles. And so these 1,000-piece puzzles that you see at Target or Walmart or wherever, and you're like, man, who does puzzles? Well, we do. Now, we're actually about to wrap up our second 1,000th-piece puzzle and have been amazed at how lost we can get within minutes of sitting down in front of a piece of broken, fragmented cardboard. And so while we're working through this last puzzle, which incidentally is a collage picture of London. So this is actually the map that comes in the box with the puzzle. And as we were working through this puzzle, I realized there's about 6 parallels as we looked at this of working on your business and piecing together a puzzle. And so I thought I'd walk through those real quick to help us to understand some of these parallels that are really helpful, actually, from a business owner perspective. First, we divide 1,000 pieces into 4 or 5 major sections, because when you sit down to open the box of the puzzle for the first time, you realize that there's really no rhyme or reason. It's just a blob of fragmented cardboard, a scattered mess of 1,000 pieces. And naturally, and quite immediately, we quietly go to work separating into different categories. And we don't mean to do this, but we start with edge pieces. Like, we got the straight sides on one of the sides of the piece. And then we slowly put things into dark pieces and bright pieces and lighter pieces and kind of these color themes that we see on the front of the box, so that we're taking a look and going, all right, that's a lighter area and a darker area. And so we pile those things up in little piles. Second, we always have the box in front of us, which serves as this sort of vision for what we're trying to do. And so when we've got this clear picture of what we're building, the front of the box is the vision of what you're building. And so your business is a puzzle, and you've got to always have the picture of the puzzle in front of your team and your stakeholders. Trying to piece a puzzle together without the picture is akin to trying to build a business without a written vision. And so that's why we've got to constantly have this picture in our vision, just like we constantly have the picture in front of us when we're building out the puzzle. Third thing we saw was the puzzle moves exponentially faster when more than one person is working on it. There have been moments in the evening, it's been pretty special, where I'll just sit down, begin working on the puzzle. And last night, for instance, my daughter came, sat down quietly next to me, and we began working. She began working on another section of the puzzle. And I looked over after about 20 minutes and realized that she had dominated an entire section that I hadn't had a chance to touch yet. And it sounds silly, but the extra mind and the extra hands brought a momentum that frankly made me all the more excited to go back and finish the entire puzzle. The fourth thing we found was that you have to work on a puzzle one piece at a time. In business, we're trying to multitask, and we even justify our attempt to multitask and as some sort of scattered symphony. And in our business, just like a puzzle, we can truly only work on one piece at a time. That's it. No matter how hard I try, I can only look at one piece at a time in contrast to the picture that's right there on the front of the box. We don't do anything else while we're working on the puzzle outside of casual, fun conversation. When you're working on the puzzle, you can't be on your phone. You can't be vacuuming the floor. You can't be doing the dishes while you're doing the puzzle. You can't multitask, even though we think we can. And then finally, actually, I think I said 6 things. It's really only 5 things. Even though the puzzle may still have a few missing pieces, the picture is still quite satisfying to look at. And it helped me to realize that perfection, the end game, is not the goal necessarily. Progress is the goal. In our business, we're trying to get to a complete picture as fast as we can. In effect, we're trying to win this like non-existent prize. But our business is always in progress towards the next vision. It's satisfying to complete the puzzle, but it's followed by this bizarre feeling of tearing the puzzle apart and putting it back in the box while we gear up for the next puzzle. It's really actually kind of weird because we get to the end of it, we're so excited, and then we just tear the puzzle apart and put it back in the box, unless obviously if you're going to frame it, you can do that. But building a puzzle actually proves the old adage that it's not the destination, it's the journey. And so the process of building the puzzle is far more fun than actually the puzzle being done. So I don't want you to miss this unique time as you work on your business. There will likely never be a time like it. So we hope that this statement that we've been saying over and over and over again, you'll take to heart. Work on the dock while the tide is out. Work on the dock while the tide is out, because the tide's going to come back in. And as that one statement said, the tide waits for no man. When the tide comes back in, it will come back in. And there's nothing you can do to stop it. So while the tide's out, let's work on the dock. Let's piece together the powerful puzzle of your vision and of your business. We want to help you do that. If you'll just go to mybusinessonpurpose.com/vision, we have put a powerful tutorial and template together that gives you access to be able to write out your vision story. We want you to do that right there. It's an incredible opportunity for you to be able to create that picture, to create what it looks like, the business that you're trying to build, whether you're 4 years in or 5 years in. Make sure you check us out on the Business on Purpose podcast. Also go to freedom.mybusinessonpurpose.com where you can join the movement, join other business owners just like you who are trying to build out their business on purpose. And we provide the roadmap that you need in order to do that. Go to freedom.mybusinessonpurpose.com. We'll check you out right here next time on the Business on Purpose podcast.